Welcome back to Corone Decor, friends. Today's video is all about cozy Tiny Cottage Christmas Inspiration Rustic Farmhouse Holiday Decor and DIY ideas. And I'm so excited to share every magical detail with you. If you love tiny homes, rustic textures, soft fairy lights, and simple holiday DIYs that transform a small space into a winter wonderland, then this video is absolutely for you. Before we dive into the cozy goodness, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and leave a comment below telling me your favorite Christmas decorating style. Your support helps this channel grow and allows me to keep bringing you calming, beautiful home inspiration every week. Let's begin by stepping into our tiny cottage, where every corner matters and each detail needs to work with intention. The goal of today's design is to create a holiday atmosphere that feels warm, charming, and deeply nostalgic, without overwhelming the limited space. Think gentle textures like knitted throws, natural elements such as pine branches and woven baskets, and muted tones that echo the calmness of cottage living. Christmas in a tiny home is all about maximizing warmth while keeping everything visually breathable. This section sets the mood, so you can imagine the transformation that's about to unfold. When decorating a tiny cottage, the color palette becomes a powerful tool. For this design, I'm leaning into soft greens, creamy whites, warm browns, and hints of muted red, tones that naturally blend with rustic farmhouse elements. These colors help keep the space feeling open, soothing, and cohesive. Instead of bold contrasts, think harmonious layers that feel like they were collected over years. The palette mirrors nature during winter and brings the outdoors inside, making the entire tiny home feel grounded and cozy without feeling cluttered. Even in a tiny home, there's always room for a Christmas tree. You just need to choose the right one. I recommend a slim tree or a tabletop version placed on a sturdy wooden crate for height. Decorate it with natural materials like dried orange slices, handmade clay ornaments, or mini pine cones tied with twine. The key is to keep it simple and meaningful. By using neutral ornaments and soft fairy lights, your tree becomes a gentle focal point instead of dominating the space. It brings that magical glow without overwhelming your cottage layout. The living area in a tiny cottage is often multifunctional, so our decor needs to be thoughtful. Start with base textures like a cable knit blanket, linen cushions, and a woven rug. Add rustic elements such as wooden lanterns, a stack of vintage books, or small evergreen bundles tied with ribbon. For lighting, warm white fairy lights draped along a shelf or window instantly add Christmas charm. Everything should feel soft, touchable, and lived in, creating a welcoming spot to enjoy hot cocoa or curl up for a holiday movie night. Tiny kitchens require especially mindful styling. Hang a simple wreath above the sink, place a small bowl of fresh pine cones on the counter, and use festive tea towels to bring in holiday spirit without sacrificing workspace. Copper accents, wooden utensils, and ceramic mugs add natural warmth, especially when arranged neatly in open shelving. A small garland along the window or under the cabinets can add subtle sparkle. The goal here is to bring Christmas into your kitchen in a way that enhances daily routines rather than getting in the way. DIY ornaments are perfect for tiny cottage decor because they're affordable, meaningful, and beautifully simple. One of my favorites is making salt dough or air-dry clay ornaments using natural shapes like stars, leaves, or cottage windows. You can paint them in soft earthy tones or leave them raw for a minimalist farmhouse feel. Another idea is crafting ornaments from dried herbs or cinnamon sticks wrapped in twine. These add fragrance and texture while keeping the rustic cottage look cohesive and charming. Greenery is the soul of cottage Christmas decor. It brings life, texture, and that iconic winter scent. Decorate with branches of pine, cedar, or eucalyptus placed in ceramic pitchers, woven baskets, or glass jars. A small garland over the bed frame, kitchen shelf, or windowsill adds timeless beauty. Choose greenery that feels soft and loosely arranged to maintain that effortless cottage vibe. The more natural and unstructured, the better. Even if your tiny cottage doesn't have a real fireplace, you can create a faux mantel using reclaimed wood or a narrow floating shelf. Style it with candles, small wooden houses, vintage frames, and woven stockings. Add greenery for softness and maybe a strand of fairy lights to enhance the holiday glow. High-impact decor like this draws the eye upward and makes the entire home feel festive, warm, and thoughtfully styled without needing much floor space. For the dining area, no matter how small, create a beautiful tablescape using neutral linens, wooden chargers, white ceramic plates, and small sprigs of greenery at each setting. Use candles and mismatched holders for a relaxed cottage look. You can add handmade place cards using craft paper or dried flowers to elevate the setting. Even a tiny table can feel magical with simple earthy touches that make every meal feel like a Christmas celebration. Christmas lighting is where a tiny cottage truly shines. Choose warm tones to maintain a cozy atmosphere. Use fairy lights along shelves, around windows, or tucked inside glass jars. Add candle holders in ceramic, metal, or glass for layers of soft illumination. The warm glow balances cold winter nights and makes the space feel inviting. Lighting is the difference between a cottage that feels decorated and one that feels enchanted. Transforming the bedroom requires only a few thoughtful touches. A seasonal quilt or knit throw, festive pillowcases, a small wreath above the bed, or a mini tree on the nightstand. Use soft colors, sage, cream, charcoal, and warm wood tones to maintain the peaceful cottage feel. Consider adding battery-operated candles for a safe bedtime glow. Even in a tiny bedroom, you can create a magical winter retreat perfect for slow mornings and cozy nights. Even the smallest entryway deserves Christmas charm. Hang a rustic wreath on the door, place a small wooden stool or crate for boots, and style it with a basket filled with greenery or logs. Add a cozy rug in muted red, brown, or sage to ground the space. This simple styling makes your home feel festive before you even step inside and sets the tone for the cottage theme throughout the home. Scent is one of the most underrated elements of holiday decor. Simmer a pot of cinnamon, cloves, oranges, and rosemary on the stove to fill your tiny cottage with warmth. Use essential oil diffusers with pine, fir, or vanilla. Homemade stovetop potpourri adds both fragrance and visual charm. These small touches immerse you fully in the season and enhance every moment spent in your tiny home. A DIY garland brings character to any small cottage corner. Use natural jute rope and tie on items such as dried orange slices, cinnamon sticks, small wooden beads, or mini pine cones. This lightweight garland can be draped over shelves, hooks, bed frames, or mantels without overwhelming the space. It adds personality and that handcrafted charm tiny home lovers appreciate. In a tiny cottage, vignettes, small group decor displays are essential. Combine items like a vintage book stack, a ceramic house, a candle, and a sprig of pine on a wooden tray. Keep the color palette consistent and the textures natural. These mini displays instantly make a corner feel styled and festive without taking up much space. Rotate elements to refresh the look throughout the season. One of the biggest challenges in a tiny home is avoiding clutter during the holidays. Use baskets, crates, and under-bench compartments to hide extra decor, wrapping supplies, or gifts. Opt for decor that doubles as storage, such as lidded woven boxes that look aesthetically rustic but keep your essentials out of sight. Maintaining a clean, open space lets your holiday decor shine without feeling cramped. Rustic Cottage Christmas Decor is all about embracing imperfections, weathered textures, mismatched ornaments, handmade items, and simple greenery. It's a style that celebrates warmth, comfort, and authenticity instead of perfection. Allow pieces to feel collected over time. Decorate at your own pace and choose items that bring you joy. This mindset turns your tiny home into a soulful holiday haven. Add the finishing touches: a cozy throw on the couch, a tray of cookies on the table, a woven basket filled with blankets, and soft background music to complete the holiday atmosphere. These small additions make the cottage feel lived in and loved. Christmas decor isn't about filling every surface. It's about layering comfort, warmth, and personality. Once everything is in place, step back and admire the cozy magic you've created. And that brings us to the end of this cozy tiny cottage Christmas inspiration video. I hope these rustic farmhouse holiday decor ideas and simple DIY projects spark your creativity and bring warmth to your own home this season. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to Corone Decor, and leave a comment below telling me which idea you're excited to try. I'd love to hear about your tiny cottage holiday style. Thank you so much for spending time with me today, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay cozy and keep creating beautiful spaces.